back to Drive, Brake, Fix, Repeat. Now, if you've not already seen my review of the new Toyota GR86 sports car, hit the link in the description down below or the annotation above, as that will answer a lot of questions you have about this car. However, one question I was curious about in particular was the difference in sound between the old 86 and the new GR86 with its larger FA24 engine. After all, the old FA20 was pretty much universally panned for sounding grainy and underwhelming. So I drove the two cars back to back on the racetrack so we could hear the difference. Let's check it out. First up is the outgoing Toyota 86 with the microphone set inside the cabin. This car has a 2-liter naturally aspirated Subaru FA20 DIT engine that we've known and often complained about for years now. Take a listen. Here's the new GR86 with the microphone also set inside the cabin. The new car has a larger 2.4-liter naturally aspirated Subaru engine, the FA24 DIT. On paper, these two engines share a lot of the same design philosophy, however there are some big differences in the acoustics department, which we'll talk about in a sec. In the meantime, take a listen. Pump in induction noise into the cabin, and it's most notable with the windows up. In reviewing the audio capture with the new GR86, the files were consistently registering about a decibel louder than the old car. with a notable bump in that volume being in the lower revs and in the mid-range. Toyota's engineers on site said they specifically engineered that sound into the car via the active sound control. While the original car had a literal sound tube that shot off the intake pathway, the new car doesn't do that and instead relies on acoustical trickery played through the speakers to make the new engine sound more exciting. A lot of people didn't care for the sound tube on the original car, and I assume those same people will also not like the active sound control in the new car. But honestly, I thought it sounded pretty nice for an otherwise quiet car. And if you don't like it, well, just roll windows down. Moving on now, let's check out how the exhaust differs between these two cars. First up again is the first gen 86, now with the microphone sitting about a foot away from the left tailpipe. And here's that same microphone setup, but on the new GR86. So what was your takeaway there? Because I actually found myself liking the exhaust note of the old car a bit more than the new one, or at least the volume of it anyway. Interestingly, Toyota's engineers say one of the big things they've changed is the use of lighter weight mufflers on the new car. And you think that a lighter weight muffler would make for more noise, but that's not the case here, because in the real world, the GR86 has a very quiet exhaust. If you're cruising on the street with the windows down, you can just hear it, but only just. Toyota has confirmed that dealers will be selling a range of GR performance accessories for the new 86 that includes, among other things, a cold air intake and an axle-back exhaust, which might be worth looking into if they're not super expensive. Acoustically, the GR86 and its new FA24 engine do seem to be an improvement, in my opinion, compared to the outgoing car. It's not a massive improvement, but it does sound less grainy and less unrefined than the old FA20. And obviously the GR86 and BRZ will have enormous aftermarket support and offer every kind of header, exhaust, or muffler combination conceivable to get the car where you want it to be sound-wise. Alright guys, that was my little deep dive into the acoustics and sound tuning of the new Toyota GR86. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Please consider subscribing to help the channel out and see more rad car content. In the meantime, my name is Jake. You've been watching Drive, Brake, Fix, Repeat, and I'll see you guys next time where I go do more fun things with cars. Bye!